Electric 89.9, the voice of summer.
Hi, this is Miguel, reminding you that While Good Times with Mo is a hilarious show. We encourage you all to exercise parental guidance. No, I'm just kidding. But we also encourage the use of your constitutional freedom of speech. Good time.
You know what's worse, Brian? Because I know I have some friends in media that are actually trying to write stories about what happened to you, and they went to the Makati Police District, and there were no paperwork.
I know.
Well, it's actually weird, no? The chief of police of Makati is a friend of mine. In fact, I'm the godfather of his, daughter, yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, it was the sergeant who I gave all the money to.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, I told him that we needed some of the documents regarding the Hotel Intercon incident, and he said that he has it in his possession and is ready to give it out to your lawful, to your representative. But apparently, that person who sought that documents never received them.
I'm having a very hard time at the moment obtaining documents as well. A lot of stuff happened to me that night, you guys. You have to understand. There's a lot of things that happened that night that they're going to want to cover up. Not only the fact that I paid for their alcohol and their beer, and I gave the sergeant 20,000 pesos.
Well, that's embarrassing, really.
This is embarrassing, downright embarrassing for us.
In itself, look, Grace, this is why I didn't mention it before. This is why I didn't mention it before. And look what happened when I did mention it. I used the wrong word. I used the word bribe. Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm in Australia. We don't deal with this every day, bribe.
Yeah.
What's the other word?
Extortion?
On my blog.
Extortion.
Extortion, bribing, extortion, bribing. Look, I'm telling you guys, we don't deal with this stuff here, okay?
Yes.
So when somebody accused me the other day of bribery, well, look, I freaked out. I was standing here in my house, you guys. I was hysterical. I'm like, there's no way in the world I would ever bargain or bribe to get myself out of a situation. Before I bribed, I would scream bloody murder in the middle of the street to get as much attention as I could to myself, right? Yes. The fact of the matter is I paid that money to get back to my hotel room so I can be alone and breathe again and rest. So it really bothered me that people thought for 1 second that I would knowingly bribe somebody to get out of a situation because I was supposed to be home already. They weren't taking me home. They were making me sit in this room. I told them I want to go home. It was pouring with rain. They knew all along that they were going to try to extrapolate something from me, be it money or booze or entertainment. I didn't stand a chance. This is what I'm trying to tell my readers. I did not stand a chance that night.
Yes.
Yeah, you were under duress, and it's very understandable. In fact,
if I didn't want to be kicked out of the country, I thought I was literally going to be taken to the airport and deported less than 48 hours after arriving in the Philippines. So yeah, I was scared.
Oh my.
Really scared, you guys.
I mean, no, I could only imagine because
I'm just a little white guy, man.
I've seen these things happen, not to Australians, but to Koreans. I mean, who are foreigners just as much as you are.
Even to Filipinos, yeah.
So, and even to Filipinos, I've seen this happen. So, I know what you went through. I've seen this happen, and I'm just sorry that it happened to you. And I know that people now understand you better, even if you might have used the wrong words.
I did use the wrong words because I meant to say to people, I was bribed, which I really meant to say because I don't know the terminology. I'm not familiar with it. What I really meant to say is I was extorted from.
Yes, you were extorted
from.
But
at the time, you guys, I didn't have that terminology at my disposal, so I used the only thing that I could to describe best what happened to me, which was a bribe. But people interpreted that, which really affected me. They interpreted it like I was... I went in to get out of a situation by offering money. Now, this is not true. DJ had already fled home at this point. I was by myself.
Oh, no.
I was free to go. The fact that I ended up at a karaoke bar paying for booze and beer and petrol, that has nothing to do with me. And anybody who tries to pin that on me,
it's downright embarrassing
I'll
for us.
kick their ass because I was a victim that night, and I will not tolerate for 1 second anyone telling me that I did something illegal that night.
Yes, Brian.
Because there's no way I did.
I want to ask you, for example, if Brian did get here in the Philippines and he did pinpoint all the officers that were involved, for example, who brought him to the karaoke bar, who did arrest him in Intercontinental Hotel, the sergeant who apparently got money from Brian.
Yeah, no, I know them all too. I don't know their names, but oh my goodness,
you can identify them.
I could identify them visually because it was the sergeant the shorter man that I gave the money to.
How much
there
did you
was
give?
a woman there as well.
How much money did you give Brian?
I gave him 20,000 pesos.
20,000 pesos. Wow.
Did they directly ask it from
25,000
you?
pesos.
Did they tell you to pay for it?
I took that money out.
Mm-hmm.
I should have only taken out 5,000. I'm such an idiot, but it doesn't matter now.
Yeah, you were under
back.
pressure.
All I wanted to do, you
understand.
guys, was to get in my hotel room.
How did they ask for the money? Like,
They gave them instructions.
It was very easy for them. They took me to my hotel. Finally, after a while, they took me to my hotel. I was at the security at the front of the hotel waiting to get in. The sergeant grabbed my arm and he pulled me aside. And, I mean, it was very obvious that he wanted money from me. He wasn't subtle about the whole thing.
Yeah.
And
did he
said,
specifically
we spent a lot of
ask or
time with
say,
you tonight, so and so
do you
forth.
have any money for me or anything?
No, he didn't even actually have to say that. I've lived in the Philippines. I know it. I know how it works.
Yes.
I don't have to be told.
What is important here is if the policeman materially
identified.
benefited from,
all
from arresting
materialized.
you. That
They
is
all
already,
benefited.
criminally actionable.
What rights do you have?
But sweetheart, you have to understand. They all came to they all went to the karaoke bar. I don't know if they all divided that 20,000 pesos, but I think that was a situation because they looked like they were a group. They looked like they had done this before.
The fact that they went to the karaoke bar and participated in that event
While they were
money
working too,
from
and I
that-
asked them.
Oh,
I
yeah.
asked them, Grace,
So-
are you working? Are you off work? Are you? No. So look, a lot of things happened that night. A lot of things that are quite bizarre, actually, and it's difficult for me to expect people to comprehend.
Well, I absolutely understand.
Well, Filipinos
what
can always
happened.
comprehend.
Yes,
In fact, we have a term for that. It's called hulidap. It's like
Hulidap.
hold up.
For
Yeah,
some
it's like
people,
hold up.
they get very upset when I attack the institutions in the Philippines. And, I want to say to them, look, I attack the institutions in my own country as well.
Yes.
Right?
It's like, if you see
I
anything
attack
wrong,
the institutions in anywhere where I see indifference and so on and so
yeah,
forth.
like, we shouldn't make it like a whole racial thing or a whole nationality
Well,
thing.
exactly. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, please. I will say anything I want about the Philippines. I love the Philippines.
Yes.
You'll be hard pressed to find an individual who has more passion for that country. A person who shouldn't have any passion for that country.
You know what?
But I'm
That's-
overwhelmed with passion for that country.
You know what?
So I
I've
will
gotten
continue.
that as well.
Sorry, Grace.
Like, I've gotten that as well because here I live in the Philippines. Even if I've been here for 15 years, I'm still a Korean. I'm still a foreigner. And the thing is, I do get attacked for saying bad things or saying things against the government or our political situation. And the thing is, I only say it because I love this country. If I did not love this country, if I did not care what happened to this country, why would I even waste my time even trying to change the system?
That's my point.
Exactly.
That is exactly my point.
Grace
I'm
the
a Canadian
president.
living in Australia.
I'll be your campaign manager, Grace.
But no, she's right though, because I'm a Canadian who lives in Australia for 25 years. But I'm telling you, I am ferocious about this country. Nobody loves this country more than me.
Okay.
But I wasn't born here, so it really doesn't matter where you're born. It has to do with like what Grace just said, where your passions lie. You're concerned for humanity.
It's just like what Carlos
around
Bulasin
you.
said, the Philippines is in the heart.
Oh, absolutely, the Philippines is in the heart. And look, I'll tell you something, guys. I've received about 14,000 emails already.
Yeah.
And although I can't read them all, I do have search words in my program that pick certain emails up so I can read them. And of course, one of the things that I've put in is Philippines, because I like people to read people's experiences about their country. Wow, you guys, come on. I've received some really frightening letters from people, okay? Letters that I've hardly been able to finish reading. I'm talking about people who have had their children taken away for no reason because they're suing someone and this person has a leverage of power. So instead, I'm talking letters that have left me shaking at my desk.
Well, this is a problem here that so many people know about and a lot of people do not go against, like the problems with the justice system. Someone should address Avelino Razon to like, especially with your problems, Grace's problems, my problems. This is like incompetence on behalf of the police department.